Stock Exchange. A very large and vibrant contingent here this morning, and we also have a lot of people online, and I'd like to also give a special welcome to the person online as well. This is yet another historic moment. It seems that every time we come to this place, we have another historic moment. So, we're about to begin, and I will ask our managing director and the principals to join us to my So again, a very sorry, and we welcome you to this ceremony. As usual,
at the Jamaica Stock Exchange, we are grateful to have this opportunity. And we will start by asking Charlene Steer, our marketing officer, to lead us off in prayer. Charlene?
Good morning. This prayer will be taken directly from the Bible. It's a prayer for rest in the midst of prosperity. I don't know who'd like some rest, but I certainly do. And so the word I have for Jamaica Stock Exchange and Dolla Financial Services Limited rests upon 1 Kings 5, verse 4. And it says, "But now the Lord, your God, will give you rest on every side, so that there is neither adversary nor evil occurrence." The Lord said, "Bring me in remembrance of my word, and I shall establish it." And thus it is grounded on Deuteronomy 28, verses 10 to 13. And I pray as follows. "And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. And the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in its season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow." Dolla Financials. "And the Lord shall make thee the head, and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which he command thee this day to observe and to do them." We claim all these mercies and blessings by the covenant power in the name of Jesus. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, Charlene. So, Dolla Financial Services will shortly be listed on the Junior Stock Exchange. And I think that alone deserves the first round of applause for the day. I commented earlier that some of the principals here were here just a short while ago for the listing of another entity. So we look forward to you coming back every year. Without further ado, I would ask our Managing Director, Dr. Marlene Street Forrest, to bring her opening remarks and official welcome.
Thank you, Andre. Master of Ceremony, Mr. Andre Gooden, Group Business Development Manager for the JSE, Ms. Kadeen Mears, CEO, Dolla Financial Services, Mr. Jordan Chin, Dolla Financial Company Secretary, other members of the Dolla Financial team, Mr. Ryan Reed, Co-founder, President and CEO of First Rock Limited, Mr. Christopher Young, Managing Director, First Rock Limited, other members of the First Rock Investment Team, Mr. Rez Burchinson, CEO, VM Wealth Management, Ms. Sharon Sterling, Marketing Manager, VM Group, and other members of the VM Group team, Ms. Andrea Kelly, General Manager, JCSD, and JCSD Trustee Services, Mr. Andre Toller, Chief Regulatory Officer, Ms. Charlene Steer, who just gave us that lovely prayer, and other members of the JSE team, members of the legal team, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I take pleasure in welcoming you to this special event. That's the listing of Dolla Financial Services Limited on the JSE Junior Market. It was exactly 3 months ago, that we had a listing here. And you know, we always welcome listing because it is a special event in the life of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and it is a special event in the life of the company. I'm sure you're all feeling very, very proud to be here this morning listing this company. I'm particularly pleased about this company also because what it does, it breathes life into the economy in terms of its services. And no doubt when that happens, it also gives other potential for other companies to list on the junior market. So I'm really happy that this company is listing today. I want to thank you for attending this special ceremony and to say to you that, you know, the investors, obviously, and I'm smiling, I don't know, but the investors were just so happy to have this listing, and we are equally happy. So I want to just ask everyone to just give Dolla a hand again. You know, it was certainly a very good offer. The participation in the market says a few things that I think are important. Investors believe in the company and felt that they were receiving value for money. Investors felt that they are 5% of the numbers were new investors, and I think that's worthy of new investors. But what it is also saying to me is that we need more public offerings. So I'm looking straight at Rez and all the others to say, we are hearing a story, right, with this listing. The exchange is delighted to welcome Dolla as part of the exchange's growing family. Dolla will be the 45th company listed on the JSE market and the 99th company on the JSE. What that says to me, too, is that we need at least one more, yes, so that we can have the celebration next month, yes? So we have that 100, it would be good. The company has joined a growing number of companies that have decided that there is value in listing on the exchange and there's value in employing equity capital. Dolla Financial Services prospectus was published on May 20 and inviting 500 million ordinary shares at an invitation price of $1. Probably market also loves the dollar, yes? The offer opened on May 27 at 9 and closed on the, that same day due to oversubscription. And I know you're going to talk about it, but I want to say it first, that it was 950% oversubscribed. You can't, those percentages I can't wrap my mind around. I know economists can do that, but I can't wrap my mind around that. The company raised $4.762 billion from this offer. However, you only wanted 500 million. Wow. This really signals the confidence investor has in this company. The company now has a total of 14,981 shareholders. And again, that's the largest number of shareholders for a junior market company. It will begin trading under the symbol dollar. But you know, when I look at it, I am saying 14,981. This is really time for us to focus on technology. Because I don't know what you're going to do if all those shareholders turn up at an AGM or any of your investor briefing. So we really need to look at how we deliver in order to talk with your investors, or how we deliver on that. Including the 500 million raised, the total capital raised by companies listed on the junior market amounts to $17.9 billion. And I know, Tanya, you said to yourself, how did we reach here, right? But we are going and we are growing, right? Also, a total of 1.45 billion has been raised year to date from 4 IPOs. The total market capitalization of the company is 2.5 billion, that's dollar, and the market capitalization on the junior market is now $194.7 billion. And yes, and on our, combined is 2.09. But it's worthy of note that the market capitalization when we started was somewhere around $500 million. So, it's really growth for us. Dolla is the 4th junior market company to be listed since the start of the year. And even now in June, we have surpassed the number of listings for 2020 and 2021. We recognize that those were hard periods. And I know that the brokers, and again, I'm putting Reza on the spot, will be working to ensure that we grow these numbers even in a time of uncertainty. The success of this offer is not without, during the 2 intense COVID years, to encourage companies to come to market, because there could be no company this year because everybody is saying it's COVID. But you have been working, and other listings from VM and other brokers bringing companies to market, not only for the junior market, but the main market, the bond market, the private market, the US-denominated market, and all the other markets, in fact, that we are going to be having. Right, Denise? Yes. I also wish to acknowledge that many of the other professionals and agencies did extremely well in collaborating for the success. We all know that teamwork is an essential ingredient to having a successful listing, and this was accomplished by this listing. On behalf of the JSE Group, we thank Dolla for considering the market as a viable option for the listing of the company. And as you list today, what we do, we promise that we are here to serve you. We have a track record that when companies list on the market, we work with them. So we are here to serve you, and I know you are in capable hands in respect to your mentor. We recommend that you simply take advantage of the market and the opportunities that the market can provide. And because we know that in doing this, that we are going to build Jamaica, and that's probably the ultimate that we want to do. In closing, let me encourage more companies, especially SMEs, to list, as there are so many advantages in doing so. It's not only about raising capital. There are so many more advantages. The time is now, and it is prudent not to waste a good opportunity. Again, let me thank you for coming to the stock exchange. Let me again welcome Dolla to the market. And as we said, our doors are always open to you. We welcome you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Forrest. Certainly, before we started, I was speaking to Dr. King and some of the members of the team, and the observation was made that investors have bought into your story. Investors like the Dolla story, and the story is just beginning. That's the first point. And the second point is that there is still cash out there. Persons are still seeking investment alternatives. So, and the brokers are out there on the ground, bringing those people to us slowly. And we need to increase the pace on that. But there are opportunities out there, and this provides great evidence of that. We noted that 1,275 new shareholders were created, which means that Chris and Kadim and all these young fellows have brought on their friends and their colleagues and their various associates into the market who were not previously there. which is a good thing. So we are very excited and we're happy to have you listed. Now for the man of the moment. The man on which, how many shareholders? 15,000 shareholders almost. By the end of today, there'll be 15,000 shareholders. We'll rely on your guidance and your expertise to preserve and grow the capital of the company and create wealth for the employees, for the investors, for all the stakeholders. So without further ado, I would ask Mr. Kadeem Mears, Chief Executive Officer, Dolla Financial Services, to come forward and make his remarks. And please welcome him for the first time.
Good morning, all. Check, check. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Marlene Forrest, for your opening remarks. The VM team, First Rock team, the Dequity team, fellow shareholders, new shareholders, everyone that had supported this IPO. I just want to say thank you very much. And, you know, the job's not done. We're only beginning. So, of course, my marketing team wrote a long speech for me this morning, but while driving in my car, I decided to what we call freestyle. You know, it's a very historic moment, a very inspiring moment. Share new applicants, new entrants, new investors to the market, a lot of which are millennials, a lot of which are, you know, last night I saw a 19-year-old who said that he used his school fee to buy into Dolla, you know, and he knows that he'll get his returns. So it's a new start for Jamaica and for how we view, you know, investment and what, you know, the leaders of a publicly listed company look like. You know, and I'd just like to say in this moment, I'll remove my tie for my retail investors, because my retail investors look just like me, right? They're not in a suit and tie. It's the little $10,000, little $50,000 that really impacted the market the most. You know, I've seen institutional investors, pension funds that mentioned that they couldn't get as much as they wanted in the IPO, and that really shows, you know, what impact the retail market can make on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. It is true that with one idea, with action behind it, it can change the world, can create jobs, create investment opportunities, but most importantly, can stimulate and inspire an economy to think and dream big. Dolla was a signal from the market of what they wanted to see, exciting companies with exciting leadership. It is also a reminder to institutions that the everyday retail investors can move the market, and this is what financial inclusion is all about, whether it is in the debt market, which Dolla participates in or operates within, or the equities market, which is the stock exchange. It is also an indication from the market, from the people of Jamaica, from the Caribbean, from the diaspora, that young, enterprising entrepreneurs should have access to capital to grow businesses and create generational wealth. As small as this IPO was, in the grand scheme of things, it remains a symbol to the young men and women of Jamaica that positive examples do exist. Doesn't matter where you're from. I'm from Grange Hill. Doesn't matter if you're from Flankers. Doesn't matter if you're from Tivoli. There are still positive examples out there. Check. You know, as Massacre would say, we used to take the bus before we get the bus. I want to thank all the supporters for this historic moment. And as I said before, as Kobe Bryant said, the job's not done. This is only the beginning.
Thank you very much, Kadim. Inspiring words. You have to take the bus before you get the bus. Got that one. All right. Moving right along. It is 9:30. The market is about to open. So I will ask the principals, Kadim and your team, Dr. Street Forest, Chris, to join us to my right for the strip to be inserted to officially start the journey of Dolla Financial Services on the Junior Stock Exchange. After we finish, you can take some more pictures for posterity. So we thank you. And the market is open, so Dolla Financial Services is now a listed company on the Junior Stock Exchange. Now, there are certain things that you will have to do. There are certain boxes that have to remain ticked to ensure that we remain on top of the pile, to remain relevant, to remain profitable and compliant with all the requirements. And our Chief Regulatory Officer of the Regulatory and Oversight Division, Mr. Andre Dolla, will now present to you the rule book, the very important rule book, which will guide your operation. Jordan, don't worry. We know you've been here before. So I would ask Jordan to come forward and Mr. Dolla to present the rules.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be brief, but I know you want to see the first activities in respect to trading. So I will say that all protocols has been observed. And in listening to the presentation, there is a lot to be inspired about, you know. What I've heard is that the journey has just begun. There's a lot more work to do. And that's a good signal to the market in terms of the recognition that Dolla has in respect to its responsibilities as a newly listed company on the stock exchange. So as I always do, it's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to welcome a newly listed company on the JSE. Today we welcome Dolla Financial Services Limited. who is now listed on the JSE junior market, which is a market designed to encourage and promote investment in Jamaica's small to medium enterprises. We believe that with the information shared of 1,275 new shareholders from Dolla's IPO to the junior market, from Dolla's IPO, the junior market is achieving its objective in terms of encouraging all persons in Jamaica to invest and participate in the prospects of SMEs that are listed. Another objective of the junior market is to support growth in the companies that are listed and Jamaica's economy. This growth, however, is not limited to the business and economic performance of companies that are listed, but also relates to the growth in the governance structures of such companies, as it is recognized that ultimately this is beneficial to new shareholders and the stability of the wider market. In this regard, I am pleased to observe that Dolla, in becoming a newly listed company, has recognized the importance of having a strong governance structure and have made commitments through its recently issued prospectus to continue the concerted drive to implement governance structures to ensure that it operates within best practices, to continue to operate with transparency, good governance, and clear and regular reporting, and finally, operate within the rules of the JSE junior market. With such clear commitments, there's no reason for the JSE to withhold the handing over of the JSE junior market rulebook. We commend Dolla for achieving the milestone of being a newly listed company and for taking the decision to list and to abide by the rules of the exchange. We look forward to working with you to ensure your success and the continued pursuit and fulfillment of your commitments to the market. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I now present the rules of the JSE junior market. Sure. Thanks, Trey.
Go home and study. Thank you, Mr. Tolo. And again, the stock exchange is here to provide the guidance along your journey. We are in partnership with you. Small bit of housekeeping just handed to me. There's a white Toyota RAV4 2288JX that is parked almost in the road, the note says here. So it might be in your best interest to park it better or try to remove it. Thank you very much. So we are now going to ask, as we wrap up, oh, by the way, the stock is now trading at $1.30 from what I see on the board. The trading has commenced. So we're off and running. We're off and running. $1.30 is where we're at now. I would ask Chief Executive Officer of VM Wealth Management Limited, Mr. Resworth Burchison, to come forward and do the closing remarks. Res?
Thanks. Thanks, Mr. Moderator. I'll be very quick, ladies and gentlemen, because no one wants to discuss it more. All protocols observed, friends, good afternoon. Welcome to History in the Making. I really think we should pause and appreciate the moment. I think we've all been running on fumes for quite some time, and we really want us all to pause. co-subscription. And as the Chief Executive Officer said, just getting started. I must say, I've been following this talk for quite some time. I've seen the plans. I'm very, very, very excited. I think this is really one to watch. I also want to thank the Dolla team for stepping forward and getting this thing. It shows the confidence that you have in this ecosystem that the streets spoke about before. And the confidence you guys had in the capital markets and the people of Jamaica. Much like how the ethos of your business is the people of Jamaica, bringing financial inclusion. So you kind of broaden your scope. So I really want to give them a round of applause. I really also want to thank my team. Actually, I didn't do anything except come and take some pictures. Mr. Dwight Jackson led the way. Dwight, hold up your hand, please. Hold up your hand, hold up your hand, hold up your hand, hold up your hand, hold up your hand. Led by customer and brand, marketing, operations, sales, Romario, the VM Wealth team. I really want to salute my team. Big up, big up, big up, big up. I don't have a massacre verse for them just yet. maybe next listing, I'll draw for a massacre verse for them, all right? The VM Wealth team, there are 3 micro lenders on the JSE, and we have brought 2 to market. And if you know, micro lenders are leading the charge for financial inclusion. In as much as some persons may look down on micro lenders, but they are leading the charge, and financial inclusion is important for the growth of this country that we live in, Jamaica land we love. I think the Dolla IPO, and Mr. Street spoke about it, clearly indicated that the market is ready and rearing for lots more IPOs. Lots more IPOs. And because of that, I really want to encourage persons, principals, board chairmen, board directors, to step forward and be bold and get listed. The benefits are numerous. We have created the brokerage community, not VM Wealth alone, the brokerage community, the stock exchange, the FSC, the company's office, the lawyers, the accountants. We have created a very appealing, I was going to say sexy, but it's not good to say sexy at these podiums. A very appealing ecosystem, right? Where it is just phenomenal how you can walk into a broker and X number of days after get listed. So there's a supportive and empowering ecosystem ready for you. Shareholders become your ambassadors. The 15,000 people who are shareholders are now going to be ambassadors of this brand. Watch them step forward, right? The tax concessions, don't need to say any much more than that. But certainly in a country where capital is limited, if you can save on tax and put it back into your business, earn an ROE of 40% on it. Certainly that's a winning formula for me. Every night a brand gets listed on station 1 or station 2, they must mention your company. Again, raising the awareness. The influencers, the Mark, Crosscrit, Khalil Reynolds, the analysts are gonna promote your brand. That market cap, which is currently 2.5 times 1.3, has value. That market cap has value. That market cap can merge, can acquire, and can be used as collateral for your private endeavors. Guys, Dr. King spoke about it earlier. When I was younger, and I'm still a Jenner, right? Cool. When I was younger, I grew up under austerity, in Jamaica. The turbulent 80s, the challenging 90s. And I'm very confident about the outlook for Jamaica. If 300 companies get listed on Jamaica and access that capital to propel their business, the market cap is now $194 billion, starting from $500 million. Jesus Christ, people. The Caribbean have to watch us. I'm telling you, it's just exciting. It's very, very exciting. So employees also become owners. So on this wealth creation mission that we're all on, we can't leave out employees. So imagine for all these companies who are listed and the employees are sharing that wealth creation. You talk about employee engagement. The most engaged employee is the one that is watching the bottom line and watching the stock price. right? I can tell you that. If I work for a company and them not give me no stock options, you know, cherry, I'm gone. That's not going to work. That won't work, right? So there's so many things that are aligned. The stars are aligned for companies to step forward and get listed. The benefits are truly immeasurable. I want to also wish the team from Dolla, the chair, the board, the company sec, the equity team, more than well wishes. I think the community and the ecosystem is very supportive of your success. Do not believe you're going to trod the road alone. We're very supportive. We have a lot of respect for you, and we're looking for bigger and better things to come. I want to challenge a team that net part of last year of 167 CFO, 167. I want to challenge a team to go to a strategic retreat and put a bowl on number on the board. I think your shareholders will really appreciate that. Fair? Agreed? Cool. Challenge accepted? Cool. No, we're not talking about double that. Dash at that, brethren, dash at that. To the persons who participated, I am very will accelerate your journey towards wealth creation and transforming your lives. For those persons who continue to be on the sidelines, 2.5 million Jamaicans in Jamaica, 2.5 Jamaicans overseas. The participation is low. We are creating wealth. The ecosystem is creating wealth. Jamaica is creating wealth. Get involved. The markets are turbulent, locally and internationally. But look at Dolla. Get involved. I don't have a massacre to close it. I wish I had. I could have been a yakster, but anyway. But I bought a Bob Marley. Normally my speechwriter would put some guy from England and thing, and I say, Robert, no man, dash for that. Start put some quotes in my speech to represent our culture and our music. All right? This Bob Marley quote says, every man got a right to decide his own destiny. I think your destiny is set. It is yours to achieve. And I think that the shareholders, the ecosystem, get involved. We are creating wealth. Get involved. 20 years' time, we don't want person to say, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Get involved. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I close, and I think we're ready to trade. Amen. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Rez. Excellent presentation. The Diaspora Conference is on, and that presentation certainly would add, would fit very nicely as a message to the diaspora. We're open for business. There are opportunities here, as has just been presented. In closing, I would just say, I can use it? When you speak to the diaspora later, you can use it. Yes, I'm on the agenda later. We are on the agenda later. I'll mention the market generally as well. But yes, in closing, I would just like to remind the team that it's Jamaica Stock Exchange is here to offer the guidance and the support. We did mention your mentor, Tanya, who certainly will make sure that all the boxes are checked. And we fully expect that you will have a wonderful journey as you continue to create wealth and create opportunities. Thank you all very much. We have some refreshments at the back. We thank you all for coming. And welcome again to Dolla Financial Services.